Well, joining us now with more on Wednesday night's big championship. She's the Illini gal. She's also now the WBIT champion, Adalia McKenzie, on the show, presented by HX Home Solutions. As always, Adalia, great to see you. Congratulations. Um, has it sunk in yet?
No, it hasn't. I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm a champ.
What was this run like? I mean, we talked before, after the Big Ten tournament, we, thought the season could be over. There was the chance to get an invite to this. Talk us through kind of the emotions of getting the second opportunity to play another tournament.
Yeah, it felt great to be able to still play. Not every team gets to play in postseason. And just having another opportunity to play with this specific group, like, I would have took that any day. And it's just amazing, like, how, like, the run that we made and just, like, the growth and the steps that we took. And it was just really good to see.
It was exciting to see as well. I think that, obviously Jada Peeble suffered the season ending injury. She was out, but otherwise, you guys were healthy. And I think those of us watching, and I'm sure you felt the same way, that it was great to get the second opportunity because you weren't always healthy during the season, but you were at your peak health wise and in terms of playing together. With Camille coming in, and she was the one big addition from last year, and Gretchen Dolan getting some playing time as well after Jada went down. It was great to see you guys get a chance to actually see what you can do, and you played your best basketball in March at the right time.
Yeah, we did. Like last year, like you said, we had some injuries. We kind of weren't at our best, but it just seems like not like we just peaked, we just pulled it all together. And in March, you got to be your best, so we definitely were that.
Matt Stevens on IlliniGuys.com has a great story about you, posted a day or two ago on the front page about your defensive effort. To talk about in terms of, you taking on Villanova's top scorer and just locking her down in the second half to make sure you got this championship.
Yeah, I love guarding the best player, and Olsen, she's a really good player. She moves a lot, she can shoot it, her pull-up jumper is really nice. And honestly, like, I just watched a lot of film with Coach McIntyre and, just did some studying on like what she likes and her favorite spots and stuff. But I took pride on the mission to lock her up and not let her, go off, because I know the games that they won, she had like 25 plus points. And first half, she kind of got hot, but coach was like, this next half, lock her up. Like, you need to make it really hard for her. And I was like, you're right, coach. Didn't do my best first half, but still got 20 more minutes left. So she gonna, she gonna have it.
And I believe, according to Matt's story, she only scored 6 points in those final 20 minutes because of your defense. What kind of redemption is this? You talked about during the season when your record, the team's record, was not the best. But you said, look, we're proud of what we're doing. We're working hard. We're improving, even though we don't have the wins we would like. That total's not as high as we would like. We're working. Is this now redemption for that statement and all the hard work you put in going back to last summer?
Yeah, for sure. Like, we just put it all together. And throughout the season, like, it was rough and we faced adversity. It didn't go how we wanted to, but it ended how we wanted it to. So it just feels really good to just be able to experience this moment.
Yeah. What was the over in Indianapolis, just a 2 hour bus ride, not very far. What was the mood like once you guys got on the bus and headed back? I mean, what were all the players talking about?
Oh, we were talking, we were dancing, we were singing songs, rapping songs. Like, it was probably the best bus ride I've ever had in my life.
Have you ever experienced anything? Did you win a state championship?
I won sections, but it wasn't a state champion. So this was like my first like championship of like the big boy championship, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Talking with Adalia McKenzie here in the Atlanta Guys Sports Spectacular. The one thing about this team as the season winds down and now finally comes to a conclusion, beginning to look ahead at next year, it appears that you may not have as many losses from this team as what you may have thought. Jada, of course, is out of eligibility, so is Camille Hobby. But it sounds like that some of the seniors, if they haven't announced, what we're hearing is some word that they may actually are leaning toward coming back and for a fifth year. You may have a much more veteran looking team than what we thought back in October.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. What is that? I mean, you guys, I'm sure have had those conversations. You'll let them make those announcements, obviously,
Yeah.
but what is that like to know that you guys you're finishing on this note and then building for next year, and looking to be possibly one of the top teams in the Big Ten next year, if not the country.
Yeah, the possibility of everyone, like, most of us returning, like, I feel like that's just a scary thing, like, we just played our best in the WBIT tournament, and we got a championship, and I we all just said, like, that's just the beginning, like, we're gonna build from that. So, having that same momentum with the same people, like, that's is a real exciting thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll get some sleep. We know we won't see you around campus much this weekend.
Yeah.
Well deserved. Adalia, congratulations again, and get some sleep. And we'll talk with you next week.
Alright, thank you so much.
All right, awesome to get Adalia McKenzie to join us for just a few minutes, fresh off that WBIT champion, the first ever champion of the WBIT, brand new event, as they beat Villanova again 71-57, and they finished the season 19-15, first postseason championship in Illini women's basketball history, and Adalia,
Woo!
big part of that. One more, go ahead.
Woo!
All right. Stay with us. We still have Brian Barnhart on the way, the voice of the Fighting Illini men's team. Also, Marcus Damask is on. We've got the Illini gal and the Illini guy. What a show. It's a sports spectacular. You're listening to it on the Illini Guys Radio Network.